Hi, I'm Bailey.
And I'm Kay.
And we love Clutterducks.
Please visit our website at www.clutterducks.com.
Or give us a call at 315-30-QUACK.
Thanks for watching.
Hi everybody, I'm James.
And I'm Brian.
And he's bald.
And he's... James.
Anyways guys, we want to let you know we're going to try to do this once a week, but we had a few setbacks.
To say the least. Control Alt Delete.
I can totally fix this! This is very fixable! I know how to fix a laptop! You just do a little bit of this! It works so well! Look! I'm fixing things! What? I'm fixing. Fixing!
Swap away.
My name's James! I know how to fix things! See? I fixed it!
So James, you ready to make the video? Okay.
Brian, you ready to make the video?
What do you think?
Oh, you're so cute. You're so precious. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Oh, you're so beautiful. What's going on? Oh, Daddy loves you so much. Daddy's just great. I'm so loved.
Ready to record the video?
Absolutely. So Brian, I know we're really focusing on RPGs this week, especially ones that came out for the PlayStation, because they really pushed RPGs to the forefront of games that people are looking for and enjoying. And I know that one came in this week that you've actually played, isn't that correct?
Yep, and that one is the Ark the Lad collection, once again on the PlayStation 1. In this collection are Ark the Lad 1, 2, and 3, as well as Ark the Lad Monster Arena. That one I'm not as familiar with because I didn't necessarily play it just didn't pique my interest. Also included in this collection is the making of disc. Now, the style of gameplay for these games is kind of similar to the Final Fantasy Tactics games, whereas it's a turn-based strategy RPG. And the story, to be honest with you, I don't quite remember the story, but it's really fun. It's in the same vein as like Dragon Warrior, and it's basically like all RPGs where you're just trying to, you know, stop the evil magician, wizard, whatever guy, and save the princess, save the day, save the world. You know, same vein as pretty much all of the PlayStation 1 RPGs back in that vein. But this is really fun. The gameplay is really solid, and I definitely recommend picking this up. So James, continuing with the PS1 RPG theme, another one came in that's both loved and hated equally across the board. What game was that?
Yeah, it's called Final Fantasy VII, made by Squaresoft for the PS1. Final Fantasy VII is what I would call a staple in the RPG community, which also means that it's become mainstream. Anytime an RPG becomes mainstream, there's a love-hate relationship with it. One of the reasons it became mainstream was because it really blew everyone's mind with the graphics of the time. It really blew everyone's mind with the story of the time. Now, if you've ever played a Final Fantasy game, one thing that you do know is that the RPGs do have a very similar style as they go up and up to 12, 13, 14, where they started in Final Fantasy 1. But they've always changed who the main character is, they've always changed who the evil villain is, they've always changed what you're actually fighting for in the games. So for a lot of people who play the Final Fantasy series, this is the #1 game. They always say this is the one that got them to play every Final Fantasy game that's out there. There's other people that go the other way and say that Final Fantasy VII is the one game that they wish Final Fantasy hadn't come out with, and that they wish they had just moved on to 8 or 9 or 10 quicker than they did and not make continuations to this game. Now, I know you've played it.
Yep, I fall into the camp of people that absolutely love this game simply because it was one of the first games that I ever played on the PlayStation 1, and it's probably one of the first games that I ever beat too. And I definitely identified with Cloud, the character, a lot because, you know, I was an angsty teenager when I played it, so
They knew their target audience.
yeah, exactly. So
I was an angsty college kid, and I loved it.
yeah, it's truly a phenomenal game if you give it a chance. The combat system, again, it's turn-based, but it's also you have a limited amount of time to make your decisions before the enemy will start attacking you again. So there's a time gauge, basically.
One of the greatest things about this game, and one thing that I would love to talk about, because when I played it in college, this was the thing that everyone on my floor wanted to talk about, which was Knights of the Round, which was the final move of the game where you're going against Sephiroth. It's a 6-minute sequence that you just, oh, it was glorious. When it happened, we all crowded into one room and clapped and cheered. Final Fantasy VII, we have it here at Clutterducks. It is the Black Label Edition, which is considered the more desirable edition. All 3 discs are in here. We'd love it to have a good home. Moving on with our RPG conversation, one of the things that you can really look at to tell if an RPG is being successful is not only did they have a great first game, but they actually made a sequel to it.
Agreed. And that first game is Jade Cocoon on the PlayStation 1. Now, I didn't play a whole lot of this game, but I have played it a little bit. It's kind of in a similar vein as like Pokemon meets Dragon Warrior Monsters on the Game Boy Color. And if you've ever played Dragon Warrior Monsters, you basically capture monsters and you get to like breed them together to make different and more powerful monsters. And that's basically what you get to do in Jade Cocoon. And you can also use your monsters in battle to help you progress further in the game without as much difficulty as you would otherwise.
Also, after Jade Cocoon came out, they decided to make a sequel because of how successful it was, and that is Jade Cocoon 2 for the PlayStation 2. They're using the same battle style that made Jade Cocoon so great, where you're breeding monsters and catching monsters and making them more powerful as the game goes along, but they made the story, you know, years and years into the future using a different character. So, we have both here at Clutterducks, and I'm going to make you an exclusive YouTube video offer. If you decide to get both when you come in here, we'll give you $5 off for buying both of them at the same time, so they're going to the same home. Brian, you're looking a little tired.
Yeah.
Why are you so tired?
Well, I have been playing this wonderful goodness of a video game. South Park, The Stick of Truth. I have been waiting years for this game to come out. And it finally did. I beat it in about 2 days, and it is probably the most fun I've had playing a game in a long time. Not only does it have the very over-the-top and sick and twisted humor of South Park, which is what they're probably known for, but the RPG element of the game is actually really solid and really polished, and I definitely, whether you like South Park or not, if you do like South Park, definitely pick it up just for that alone, because you'll definitely enjoy the gameplay. But if you like RPGs, you can pick it up for that as well, and then maybe you'll enjoy the crude humor as well, if that's your sense of humor.
One of the genius things that they do with South Park, and not to get too far off the subject, we were only going to do RPGs on PlayStation, but when this one came out, the reviews have been absolutely phenomenal on it. You don't get these kind of reviews very often on video games that are coming out for the newer platforms, because the trend has been that you're not going to get a lot of gameplay out of them. With this one, it is a shorter RPG where you only have maybe 9 to 11 hours, depending on how fast you want to play the game, before you finish the RPG. But the replayability has been amazing on something like this, especially if you're a South Park fan, because there's many different areas to pursue, there's many different houses that you can go into that are based off of the South Park cartoon, and also it's just got an amazing humor to it that you just don't see in games nowadays. They basically just took the cartoon that we've all grown to love and made it into a game where they're using that same kind of humor that's made them such a genius in the cartoon market. I mean, they make a cartoon in 6 days, and that way they make it fresh and snappy, and maybe it's not as polished as some of the other cartoons are, but what they do, and what they do very, very well, is they just find humor in the everyday things that we all find humor in, and they just take it to an extreme that we wouldn't think of.
Yeah.
So what's great about this is that you're taking two things that I absolutely love. I am chomping at the bit to play this game, and I am going to be playing it very, very soon, even though I have no time to.
Yeah.
I'm going to make time. You have an RPG, you have South Park, a great animated series, and we loved it so much that we had to include it in our RPG video. So thanks everyone for watching, enjoy it, and we have it available at Clutterducks if you want it.
From this angle, I feel hurting.
Every time you play an RPG, someone at Sony makes $1. Okay, you ready? You're introducing me this time.
Who am I?
You're Tonto.
I am Gato. Okay. 3, 2. You done?
Almost. Okay.
Two things.
This is Brian, hard at work, taking a sticker off a game. Your head's so shiny.
Hi, I'm Kay.
I'm Kay.
You're stupid.
You're stupid.
James is stupid.